Hey guys, Chase Wade here, and I'm back with another Storytime vid. That's right, I'm doing another Storytime vid. I figured after the last one I posted did so well, which is like the #1 viewed on my channel now, which is crazy. Thank you for that. But I figured after that, I would do another one. And actually, going off the topic of that one, I figured I'd do something from a similar topic. So the last one, if you remember or if you didn't see, you can check it out. It's titled, I could go to prison for this, or I may go to prison for this, or something like that. So I figured, going off of that, I should tell you about the time I actually spent the night in jail. That's right, I spent the night in jail once. I know you probably wouldn't expect it looking at me or listening to me, or just knowing me in general. You wouldn't expect me to be someone who has spent the night in jail before, but I have. So I'm gonna tell you all about that right now. Alright, so the date was April 1st, 2015, 2 years ago, and yes, April 1st, you heard that right, April Fool's Day, which, a side note, if you're gonna get arrested, don't do it on April Fool's Day. That's like the worst day, at least the top 3 worst days. Also, don't get arrested on Christmas Day. That's also a very shitty day to get arrested. But I got arrested April 1st, April Fool's Day, 2015, 2 years ago. So I was a senior in high school, right? Me and 2 other guys who I usually don't, or I usually wouldn't reveal the names of, but I will this time because I know they don't really care and they're open about it. And one of them's like my best friend, so, and you've already met him in a video, vlog number 4, where we went to the haunted school. Check that out if you haven't seen that, it's a good one. So, it really doesn't matter, I can reveal their names. Me and 2 other friends, Keegan and James. James was the one that was in the vlog. The vlog. Sounded like I said vlog, that's not a word. Anyways, James was the one in the vlog, and Keegan, you haven't met. He moved out of state, so you're not going to meet him. Also, we're not really friends anymore. We kind of had a falling out, but that's another video for another time. Me, Keegan, and James went to a convenience store on this day, April 1st, 2015, in order to get some booze. Right, so like I said, I was a senior in high school. They were also seniors in high school, so we were not old enough to buy alcohol or alcoholic beverages. Me and Keegan were 18. James was only 17 at the time. We're still not old enough today. Almost. I'm getting there. 2 more months. But being minors, in quotations, we were 18, so not really minors, but not old enough to buy alcohol. We figured the only way to get them was to take them by force. Not like rob the place or have a weapon or anything, but you know, just walk in there, get some, and then leave, right? Without paying for them at the age of 18. So yes, stupid decisions were made on this day, and I have not made that decision again, and I never will. But okay, there's more to this story than just, oh, this is what we did. You need to listen to this full thing, because when we get to jail, it's pretty fucked up. So me, Keegan, and James go to a convenience store to steal some alcohol, some beer, right? So we get in there. This isn't the first time we've done this. We did this, I know, we're that stupid. We did this the entire week leading up to this. This is like the 3rd or 4th time we had done this. 2nd or 3rd time in a row, days in a row. So yeah, we're not that smart. Also, to help paint a picture of how dumb we really are, we went in there and we came out with the beer successfully, right? We put the stolen beer in my friend James's car in his back seat, right? And then we went in again to take some more beer, right? So we did that. That one was also successful. But then, wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Then we went back in again. I'm telling you, this was like the 3rd or 4th time we had done this. We also went in 3 or 4 times this one night alone, right? We got carried away because we were like, we done this before, we were successful, and we're successful so far tonight too, so why not keep it going? Let's have a real fucking night, a real fun party, right? It didn't work out that way. We did not have fun that night. That was not a fun night at all. So we went in like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 times to take beer. We didn't just take beer, but we took a majority of beer. It was a lot of beer. I'll post a picture right now of what we took, because we did take a picture of it before we got arrested. Before the cops even pulled up, we took a picture of it because we were like, it looks glorious. It looked glorious at the time. Now it just looks like regret and a bad fucking time. But I'll show you the picture right now. Look at that. All that. Yeah, we took all that. It wasn't just beer. It was also Monsters and Slim Jims, and James took some condoms. They weren't me. That wasn't me. I swear, guys. That wasn't me. But yeah, we had Slim Jims, beer, and condoms all stolen in the back of my friend's car, right? We went in this store multiple times to do this, and I think by like the 4th or 5th time, the girl behind the counter was on the phone, and 100% sure she was on the phone with the police at that time. So we were loading it up. We were like, we got to leave because the cops are probably coming, right? We got to go. So we go. Me and James are in the parking lot getting all the shit sorted out. Keegan runs back in the store to get my little brother who was there with us. I know, we're that fucking stupid, guys. Listen, my little brother was there with us. He wasn't stealing anything. He wasn't in on it, though. He was perfectly fine. I don't know if the police would have saw it that way, but he was. Honestly, guys, he was fine. So Keegan went in to go get my brother, and James and I were in the parking lot fixing up the shit, getting ready to fucking get out of there because we knew the cops had to be on their way. And as Keegan left, right as he left to go in, James and I look at the street where the convenience store was, where we were with stolen goods in his car, and there was like 2 or 3 fucking cop cars with their lights on driving down, about to pull up. And James and I just look at each other and we're like, we are fucked. Like, this was not a successful run. The last few were successful. This one, not so much, right? This was also our last run we've ever made. Like I said, this was over 2 years ago. We haven't done it since, and I don't think we will do it again. But the cops pull up, right? So James and I were like, we're fucked. We're in the parking lot. Apparently, Keegan gets my brother, and they sneak out the back, right? So Keegan doesn't get arrested. My brother doesn't get arrested. Thank God my brother doesn't get arrested. That would have been the worst. But they sneak out the back. James and I, we're like, we're fucked. The cops come up. They arrest us. Look at the back where all the stolen goods are, right? They put us in handcuffs. Me and James are in handcuffs and in the back of a cop car, right? So we're just waiting in the parking lot of this convenience store while all these cops are talking and doing shit. I don't know what they were doing. They were returning the goods that we had stolen, and they were doing cop shit. I don't know what cops do when they arrest people, because I'm not a cop. I probably won't ever be after this comes out. But they did that shit. James and I were in that car for a little bit, a couple minutes, like 10 minutes, alone in the back of this car, handcuffed. And then the cop comes back in the driver's seat, and he drives us to jail. Now, you may or may not know me, but if you know me and you know James, you know we like to talk, and we like to talk shit, right? So we're in handcuffs in the back of a cop car going to jail for stealing tons of fucking alcohol while we're under the age of 21, and we do not shut up this entire ride, right? This cop knows more about my sex life than my fucking mother does. I'll tell you that. Like, we didn't shut up. We were talking shit. We weren't like talking shit to the cop or about cops. We weren't like, oh, fuck the police. We weren't being stupid. We were pretty fucking stupid, as you know by now. We were pretty fucking stupid this night, but we weren't like talking shit towards or about the cop or anything like that, but we were just talking. Like, we didn't shut up. We were telling jokes the whole ride, knowing that we were fucked, trying to lighten the mood a little bit because we don't want to be too depressed right now. We're like, we're going to jail. This isn't a fun time, so let's try and lighten the mood with some jokes. So the entire ride, we didn't shut up. The cop didn't say a word. He didn't fucking say anything. I know he heard us. It's impossible for him to fucking hear us. He didn't have, like, the glass to separate us so that he couldn't hear us. It was, like, the cage, the metal cage. So there were holes in it. I know he fucking heard us. So we pull up to the police station, to the jail station, and we get out one by one. They file us through. They get all our stuff out of our pockets. Actually, I think they did this in the parking lot before they took us. So, a little backtrack. But they took all of our stuff out of our pockets, and they put it in a baggie. We had our own baggie to keep our stuff separate. My phone was still in James's car. So, I told the cop that. He went to go get it, and he put it in the baggie with the rest of my stuff. So, that was pretty cool of him, I guess. He could have just left it. He could have been an asshole, but I mean, I say it was pretty cool of him. He was still arresting us, right? But still, it's whatever. So we got all of our belongings in the baggie. We file through. We go into a little cell while we wait for them to process our information and do shit. So we're in this cell, and in this cell we get our one phone call, right? So we're in there like, fuck. Who do we fucking call? Like, we are fucking in trouble. So, James calls his mother because, really, he had no one else to call. He has a mom or a dad to call, and really, he called his mom. I don't blame him. I would have called his mom in that situation, too. I call my sister, which was a good decision because of the way it turned out. But looking back now, probably wasn't the best decision. Because my sister, at the time, lived an hour south of where I was arrested. She lived an hour away. She went to college. It was a school night. Yes, I got arrested on a fucking school night my senior year. I forgot to mention that. It was a school... Oh, excuse me. It was a school night. So I called up my sister, which wasn't the best idea, but it worked out just fine, so it's fine. She answered. She answered and was like, hello, and I was like, hey, this is your brother, Chase. And she could tell from the caller ID that it was from jail. I assume that's how she knew. So she was like, Chase, are you in jail? And I was like, yeah, I done fucked up this time. So, what up, fam? And she was like, I don't know why you called me. I'm an hour away and it's a school night. What the fuck am I gonna do? And I was like, well, you can make some calls. Bear in mind, this was like 2 or 3 in the morning at this time. Also, because we got arrested like at midnight, basically, is when we got caught. So it was like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning at this time. And I was like, you can make some calls for me, please? Like call mother or call whoever you feel is necessary to call to get me out of jail, because if I don't get bailed out, I'm probably going to be here for a while. So we hang up the phone. She makes phone calls. I know now, 2 years later, or I knew soon after, but not at the time, that she had called my mom and my dad and all the family, right? The people that needed to know. Of course, the rest of the family that didn't need to know in order for me to be bailed out eventually found out, right? Because that's the way family is. They pass around this shit. So she called the people and they bailed me out, but that's not till a lot later in the story. So I hang up the phone with my sister, and then the cops come back to get us, to process, to take our thumb print and our mugshot and all that good shit. So I think my mugshot was taken first. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember all that details, but it doesn't really matter. They take my thumbprint, my mugshot, then they take James's thumbprint and his mugshot, or vice versa. But they take both our thumbprints and mugshots, and then they put us back in the cell to wait while they process some more shit. I don't know what the fuck cops do. They take forever to do fucking nothing, first off. No offense to any of the cops. I'm being a little salty on this story. I'm sorry. It was my fault. I was being stupid. But anyways, They put us back in, right? And while we're in there, we see all the other people that they're bringing in. There's like fucked up people. Like, I don't judge, and I'm not like want to talk shit about anyone, but like these people were like worse than us. Like, coming in, they were women crying and shit, and it was just not a fun time to be in jail. I'd imagine it's never a fun time to be in jail, to be fair, but I digress. Anyways, people come in, right? They process our stuff, and I learned from James that during his mugshot, he tried to smile, and the cop actually fucking yelled at him and was like, "Don't smile." But that's kind of fucked up, first off. He said he was just trying to smile, trying to lighten the mood, like we were doing in the car right there. You know, we're fucked. Might as well try and make the best out of a very, very shitty situation. So he was just trying to smile in his mugshot, and the cop fucking yelled at him for it. Like, first off, come on, man. Be cool. Don't yell at him. Let him smile. Or even if he's not allowed to smile for whatever fucking reason, just say, "Hey, don't smile. It's not cool. Don't do it. You're not allowed to." Don't fucking yell at the dude for smiling. That's bullshit, first off. Anyways, they do all of that shit, and then they take us out, and we get dressed in our yellow gel jumpsuits. So we take off our clothes down to like our underwear and socks, right? And then they put our clothes up to where we could get it and change back when we get out of jail eventually, assuming we don't die in there, which we didn't, thank God. But they put our clothes up somewhere. I don't know where they fucking keep it or hold it, but they do that. So now we're in our yellow jumpsuits, and then they give us flip-flops. We don't get to wear shoes. We get flip-flops, but we have to keep our socks on. We don't get to take off our socks. So I had like the gayest socks on to get arrested in, first off. Not gonna lie, I had on like some Doctor Who yellow Dalek socks. Like, I did not come prepared to go to jail, is all I'm saying. It was not good. But I put on my flip-flops and my yellow jumpsuit. You can see my little yellow Doctor Who socks. But it's all cool, right? No one even brought it up. The cops or the inmates or anyone. So, I mean, it's cool. It's fine. But we get dressed, and then they put us in a waiting room. So we're no longer, like, in a cell. We are now in a waiting room where we get to sit. But these chairs were the least fucking comfortable chairs I've ever sat in my life. And it might be because I was there for 5 fucking hours. That's right. I swear to God, we didn't have fucking watches or anything, but I know for a fact it was at least 5 hours, because by the time they put us in the actual holding cell with all the other inmates who have been in jail for a while now, that once we've processed and put in where we're gonna sleep and where they hold the fucking inmates for however long they're in jail for, it was like easily at least 6:30 a.m., right? So we were waiting for a long-ass fucking time in this waiting room on these uncomfortable, hard wooden chairs, falling asleep, trying to fall asleep, sitting up because we can't lay down in this chair. It was just the fucking worst, and I have no idea why they took so long. They did that just to fuck with us. They did that just to be assholes. I promise you they did, because it took so long. By the time we actually got in the cell and we were like, okay, let's lay down, we can go to sleep, like, what felt like 10 minutes later, they come in, it's like, all right, time to wake up. It's time for breakfast. You can't be asleep anymore. Like, I'm telling y'all, they really did that just to fuck with us so we wouldn't get any sleep. This night was not a fun night. Do not go to jail, guys. Do not do it. It's not fun. Anyways, also, the bed that we laid in for the fucking 10 minutes the frame was metal. Like, hard-ass metal. And the mattress they gave us was the thinnest fucking mattress with, like, no fucking substance to it. So we were laying down. It was something. So we weren't laying on like solid metal, but still, it felt uncomfortable. It felt like the fucking wooden chairs we were in for fucking 5 hours earlier. So, bed's not good. The sleep schedule was not good. Just nothing was good about this. They came in, they were like, all right, time to wake up. We had a specific bed that we were assigned, so they knew who you were based on your bed. Like, it's pretty fucked. But they turned the lights on. It was time for breakfast. We got in line, and this food, I'm telling you, jail food. People talk about jail food or prison food being bad. They are not fucking lying, guys. Listen here. This food was the worst fucking food. This bologna they gave me, I don't know what it was. It wasn't bologna. It didn't look like bologna. It didn't even look like cheap knockoff bologna. It looked like trash, guys. I didn't eat this bologna because I had only been in jail for like 6 hours. I wasn't that hungry by now. I figured if I had stayed in jail for like a month, I'd eventually eat the bologna because I'd be that hungry. But right now, I'm like, no, I don't need this shitty food. I don't want it. I took some bites of some of the stuff that didn't look too terrible, but even that was pretty bad. Like, jail food's not good, guys. I'm telling you. So basically, me and James, we were the same on this food situation. We were like, no, we're not eating this. So we gave our food off to other inmates who were sitting with us at our like table who wanted it because they'd been in there longer, so they'll eat the shit, right? I feel for them. And we were talking with the inmates, and the inmates were actually pretty cool. Like I said earlier, the cop was kind of rude and yelling at us and shit for smiling and not really doing anything wrong, but they were just being mean, right? But the inmates were really cool. Like, earlier in the waiting room, we were talking with some other people in the waiting room who, I don't know why they were in the waiting room, but we were talking with them because we were in the waiting room for fucking 5 hours. Gotta fucking make conversation with the people you're in there with, right? So we were talking about them, talking about like, oh, why are you in jail? Why are you in jail? Blah, 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 blah. So we tell them, oh, we stole alcohol from a convenience store and we got caught. And they tell us stories about, oh, no. Here's how you steal alcohol. Like, they were teaching us how to do it right. Like, if I was to ever do it again, like I said, I haven't and I won't. But if I was, these guys got the right idea. They know how to fucking do it. I'm not going to share these tips because I don't want y'all to go out there and be like, oh, I learned this on YouTube, and then y'all get in trouble, and then me get in trouble for teaching y'all. No, I'm not going to do this shit. But they taught us, like, they know how to fucking steal alcohol. They were like, no, you go to this store, not that store that you went to. They knew which convenience store to go to. They knew what you needed to wear, what you needed to do, everything. They fucking had this perfect. So I'm telling you, jail makes criminals out of fucking normal people. Like, justice system's fucked. Anyways, I'm not gonna go on a political rant. I swear I'm not. Okay. Anyways, we make conversation with the waiting room guys, learn how to steal alcohol the correct way, even though we aren't gonna implement any of the shit, and we haven't, and we won't. We get in jail, and it's breakfast. Fast forward now to where I left off, and we're talking with the people at our table, the inmates, and we're giving them our food because we don't want it, because it's gross. And we're talking, and they're actually really, really fucking cool. Like, they're telling us shit and just being real. They're just fucking being real. They're real fucking people, guys. Listen here, if you take anything out of this story, it's not that I went to jail, I'm a bad kid or anything. It's that inmates, convicted criminals in jail and shit, not all of them are fucking terrible. Not all of them are fucking like rapists, molesters, murderers, right? They go to jail for a wide variety of shit that maybe you think, I'm not gonna like try and level how bad each crime is, because that's not my place, right? But like, really, you think it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal while they're in jail. Like, I understand it is bad and they should be in jail for it, or maybe, right? But it's not like that bad. Like, they didn't like fucking kill anyone or anything. So if you take anything, it's some people in jail, they're like really fucking cool. Like, I'm telling you, they were the highlight of it. Like, I made friends with some of them. I'm pretty sure one of them gave me his number. Like, he told me and was like, when you get out, hit me up or whatnot, or when I get out, I will. But I didn't remember it, and I had no intention of doing it anyways, because I'm an ass. But the inmates are really cool, guys. Don't, just because you see someone's like, I've been to jail, don't like automatically assume the worst or like be like, oh, they're bad guy and shit. They're real cool, they're real people. Like, just be nice to them. Treat them like a fucking person, because that's what they are. Anyways, enough with that rant, right? We talk to them, blah, blah, blah. And then James actually gets bailed out before I do. So James gets bailed out, like, right at the end of breakfast. Like, he got bailed out super fast, compared to me, at least. So James left. So now I'm all alone in jail without my friend who I came here with. But I was still talking with the guys because, like I said, they're real people. They're pretty cool. And I had to go to the bathroom. I used the bathroom in jail, guys. I really did. I didn't do number 2 to keep it PG. I didn't do that. I would never. I'm a shy pooper, and I couldn't imagine if I was in jail for like a week or a month and I had to poop. I couldn't imagine. I would fucking die. I would kill myself. I'm such a shy pooper. Like, oh my god, I couldn't. I can't even stand my girlfriend being like outside the door, not even listening, but just being there outside the door. Like, you need to go away. Like, I couldn't do it. But I did pee in jail. So that actually happened. That was a real thing. Didn't shower in jail. I wasn't there long enough to shower, thank God. But the guys were cool, so I doubt that I would have had a don't drop the soap situation. But you never know, right? So, but I didn't get to that part. Didn't shower, thank God. But all that happens, and then I eventually get bailed out, right? And I'm telling you, these guys that were in jail, they were cool. They were really cool. Because as I got bailed out and I was getting my stuff and leaving, they were like, bye. They were saying bye to me. And they said, don't come back. And they didn't say like in a threatening way. They said it like, don't be stupid. Don't come back here. This place sucks. Be good and live your life. Like, they were really cool about it. They were like, bye. Don't come back, okay? And I was like, I don't plan on it. Thank you. Bye, guys. And I left. They were real cool. I'm telling you. They're real people, man. So I got bailed out. It turns out my dad bailed me out. Bail was... I don't remember the exact number, but I know it was 300 something. So, like 313, I think. Or 331. I might be dyslexic. I don't know. But it was 300 something dollars. Like, that's... The alcohol wasn't worth that much, first off. We didn't steal $300 of alcohol, so I don't know. But, yeah, that happened. So, I get bailed out, and my dad drives me to my mom's house, because that's where I live. And we were talking on the ride home. Of course, when your father bails you out of jail, there's going to be a talk on the ride home. It wasn't like a terrible talk. Like, he wasn't like really mad or anything. Like, he was understanding and stuff. Because, you know, he's been that way before. Like, he's a guy. Like, I don't want to be like sexist or anything. But like, let's be real, guys. Come on. You know how your father probably was in high school, or how other fathers were in high school, right? They understand. They know where you're coming from, right? Even if they don't seem like it all the time. But there was a talk on the ride home, and he was just like, so you're not going to do it again, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not fucking doing it again. And I did it, so I told the truth. But we got home, I get out, I say bye, thanks for bailing me out. Sorry that you had to, but thanks for it. So I go in, and my mom is still at home and not at work. It's like Wednesday, or I think it was a Wednesday. Might have been a Thursday, but it, like I said, it was a school day. And it was like past noon. It was like 12:30 by the time I got home, and my mom was still home and not at work. And she works 9 to 5, like a normal fucking job. So I was just like, oh, she must have been waiting for me. And she was. She wasn't like, also, she wasn't like my dad was like pissed off. They weren't like pissed off or anything, but she was very upset about it. She was like, so where you been? Knowing full fucking well where I've been. She was like, so you've been in jail, huh? And I was like, yeah, I got arrested. That happened. Sorry. It wasn't my intention. First off, no one intends to get arrested. No one's like, let's get arrested tonight. But, you know, it happened. So she was like, you're still going to school. You know this. And I'm like, I guess. I don't want to go to school. You especially don't want to go to school the day you get bailed out of jail. But I'm like, I kind of have to, I guess. I got to do it. But I take a shower first. I'm like, no. I spent the night in jail. I got to wash my fucking body of this filth that is jail. Oh my God. I have never felt so dirty in my life. I'm telling you. And like, I didn't even do anything dirty. Like, it was just the surrounding area of being in jail. It just makes you feel like you're covered in this musk, in this dirt, and you're just like, I need to shower and cleanse my body of this shit. Like, it's terrible. I've never wanted to shower so bad in my life. I promise. So I shower first at like 12:30, and then I get dressed, and then it's like, all right, gotta go to school. This is gonna be fun. So I go to school. My mom drives me to school. Or I drive myself. I think I had a car at this time. Yeah, I drove myself to school. And I go to check in because it's like 1 o'clock. Obviously, school's already started. I gotta check in. And I walk up to the front office to check in. And we had a school where, you know, the senior students are like working in the library, working in the front office, all that good shit. And me being a senior, I know all the people working in the front office and working in the library. So I go up there, and the girl working in the front office is someone who I have math with, which had already passed. I had missed that class because I was in jail for that class. So she's working the front office, and I come in to check out, and she said some snide remark. Like, she's cool though. She wasn't like an asshole, but she said like the snide remark, like, "Oh, I know you've been to jail." She was like, "Oh, so they let you out of jail already?" And I was like, "Fuck." Like, I know you and all, but she wasn't like in my group, like cool. Like, we talked, but we didn't ever like talk or like hang out. Like, we only talked because she sat behind me in math. Let's be honest. That's the only reason. So I was like, fuck, if she knows, fucking everyone knows. And let me tell you, I was not wrong. Literally, I had spent the night in jail, and the next morning, everyone in the whole fucking school knew. And I don't live in like a place where there's like 30 people in school, in my high school. Like, no. There was like 400 people in my class, right? In my senior class. And they all fucking knew. I'm not even joking, you guys. Oh my God. Word gets around in high school. You go to jail, everyone's gonna know about it. So don't do it. That's even more motivation not to do it, because everyone's gonna know about it and they're all gonna give you shit for it, right? So I make my way to class, and I go through class. All my classmates are like, "Oh, we know where you've been." And I'm like, "Oh, do you? That's nice. Yeah, huh." So, yeah, bad decisions were made, and I paid for them. I went to court. I had to do 6 months probation and 2 days. It was like 16 hours, but each day you work 8 hours. So it was 2 days of community service where I just basically picked up trash on the side of the road with a bunch of other people who were doing community service. And that wasn't fun because that was during like the summer, and it was very, very hot outside, and it was not fun. So don't commit crimes, guys. Don't do it. So that's another lesson. People who have done time in jail are real fucking people and don't deserve to be fucking put down and shit outside. They've already done their time. They're real cool, maybe. I'm not gonna say all of them are, definitely, but maybe. They're real people. Treat them with the respect that they deserve as a person. And also jail's not fun. Don't get arrested, because you will regret it and you will hate it, right? This has been a long-ass fucking story time. I've been talking for over 30 minutes, but I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something here today. Don't go to jail, guys. It's not fun. Not at all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.